Now, for some people, it's going to be Monday motivation, but for me, it's just an everyday meditation. Right? Now, I did some reflecting about where I am today in 2023, and I dialed it back, like I did a retroactive step into like 2017. And what I took from those days was some of the skills that I learned back then that I still use today, and the L's that I took. Yeah? The losses. And it's funny that I mentioned that because I ran across an Instagram post last night and it said, sometimes something is gained from losing, and sometimes something is lost from gaining. And that hit me because when I look back, I used to have like 4 YouTube channels, and that was back in the day when I was desperate. I was very desperate back in 2017, and I'm glad I'm not in that place mentally anymore. Desperation is a place where you never want to be, because you will do anything in order to, to get ahead. Well, you know what? I'm leaving that alone. But meaning you will use the lowest of the lowest tactics. Like for example, there is a thing called sub for sub, right? Like subscribe for subscribe, and you don't generally gain a true community from that. It just doesn't work. Even if you get all of those subscribers, these subscribers don't care about your content. So even if you are successful in getting 500 subscribers from that, it doesn't mean anything, because 400 of them don't care about what you do. They've only done it because you subscribed to them. So there's no true support. There's no true fan base. So that's one of the mistakes that I made. That's one of the L's that I took. But also, man, I'm not gonna lie, like I used to spam Twitter heavy. And I was trying to learn how to be more effective in terms of having a presence on Twitter, but you know, yeah, that didn't go so well. And maybe because one thing, your activity in one place may affect your your standing in others. Because if you're on Twitter and you're spamming something that comes from, let's say, your YouTube page, then people might go, you know what, we're tired of seeing this. And then, for you know it, you had 4 channels, and now it's down to that. And that's what happened, right? And that's not the only thing that happened. I think around that time, the laptop that I was using, I don't know if I can find a picture of the laptop, but boy, when the hinges of the laptop come out, and then like the laptop kind of folds into like a C. It was hanging by a thread. It was hanging by a thread. Like I need to find a picture of that laptop. It looked crazy. It looked insane. I don't know how the laptop survived as long as it did. So what? Where am I going with all of this? Where? Wardrobe change. Something was missing from the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna fix that. Alright, so yes, back to what I was saying. Yeah, sometimes my thumbs do that. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I got distracted. So going back to, sometimes something is gained from losing, and sometimes something is lost from gaining. And what I gained from losing those YouTube channels was a lot of insight. And basically that insight should carry you over into every other area of your life. And what that basically means is, be prepared to lose it all. This might not be everything you have, but what if it was? What if your YouTube channels was all that you had? What if it was? Could you afford to lose them? Maybe you could. What are you going to do should you lose them? So it taught me a lesson about, say, Google Drive, for instance. Spend a little money and buy the little either 100 gigabyte or 200 gigabyte or the whatever terabyte storage that they have. Spend a little, the money that you would have spent on Netflix, spend it on that. So that way, if worse come to worse, all of the content that you were planning to upload on, say, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, every one of them, you create an account, you buy your storage, throw it up there. That way, should you lose any or all of your platforms or all of your channels or whatever, you have your database. So you can run back to it and use it to, either go to a new platform or go back to the platform that you were on with a new account, and you repopulate your content and you're almost back to where you started. But why would you have learned that? Because the universe, as we know, is not our enemy, but it's our teacher. And what it's teaching us is things are going to happen. And you need to be prepared for failure. You need to be prepared for loss. What are you going to do when you lose everything? Like, I can talk about that in a more real life situation. More tangible than that of, say, losing 4 YouTube channels. Being in a vehicular fire for one. Yeah? And what was the lesson in that? The lesson in that is, if you are ever going to salvage anything from it, make sure that everything that you have is in the trunk. And the first thing you do, as you pop the door open, fly the trunk, jump around the back, pull everything out and throw it outside, and that's it. And then just leave the car to just burn in hell after that. We don't care. Just leave it. Because if you're using a phone and it just bursts into flames, you go try fix that. If your tablet just bursts into flames, or this phone or the laptop that I'm using right now, if it just bursts into flames, I'm not going to try and fix that. I'm going to leave it. Because that can happen again. It's likely that it can happen again. No. So something was gained from losing. When I lost those channels, it taught me, okay, never put all your eggs in one basket. Always be able to salvage anything that you lose. And if you can't salvage everything, think about what was worth keeping. At least 2 of those channels, I look at that, I'm like, did I really need those 2? Probably not. Like I had a battle rap channel, whatever. That can burn in hell. I don't care. The rap channel that I have where I was doing my music, I went, so what? I can always build back. Yeah. Whatever. Done. So that's not all. There's more. But I think that's the main idea that I have for right now, at least. So yes, so that was a good retroactive look. But again, there was something that I was saying about the universe being a teacher, right? Now, a lot of times things will happen, like very terrible things, and we feel as though we've been targeted by the universe. Like, why did this have to happen to me, of our people? And a lot of times we should look at it like, well, he didn't die, for one. So yes, you lost, but did you lose everything? And when you think about it, you didn't. If you didn't die, then you didn't really lose everything. Because that's what happens when you see a game over screen, right? That's it. You know, and the thing about, hold on. Yeah, so that's what separates, you know, the game of life from a game, right? In a game of life, if you die, that's it. That's you losing everything. But if you don't, so this is what I mean. Perspective is a beautiful thing. Perspective. Because when you have perspective, you learn, okay, yes, I lost this, yes, I lost that, but can I get it back? Do I want it back? Or can I get something better? Because that's the thing, you know. Because I lost the channels. But I have something better now. Like I learned about what my strengths are, you know, the things that work for me. A lot of the things that worked for me, let me see, is that a truck? Yeah, because you know what I'm gonna do when that happens, right? So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that I did when I was working on my battle rap channel, a lot of that is what I used to do these kind of videos here. So it wasn't an entire loss. It wasn't an entire L. It wasn't just a failure. You know, I learned a lot from it, and it's some of the things that it has carried over from 2017 into 2018 into 2019 all the way up to now. Right? Yeah, I'm fidgeting with this thing. I don't know. Like, see? Wardrobe malfunction, yeah? Anyway, there you go. Right, so perspective, man, perspective. I might have said something before about knowing your strengths and weaknesses, right? Really? Yeah, anyway, about knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and I think I found out a few of mine even in this time that I've been playing around with, you know, okay, let's put this content on Insta, let's put this content on TikTok, let's put this on Facebook, let's put this on YouTube. And I'm yeah. Give me a second while I deal with that. Yeah, again. So I've taken the lessons that I learned from losing as a means of protecting myself along the way. So I have backups just in case I lose everything. So that's one. But also learning how to respond to losing everything. So that's important. Knowing how to respond is it's not, because yes, you can be devastated, you can experience or express your hurt, right? But you can't wallow, you can't remain there. So yeah, it's about perspective and also being able to handle the loss. How to psychologically tell yourself, all right, here what? Yes, I lost it. Whatever it was, whether it is, you know, documents, the vehicle, the house, whatever it is. Knowing how to respond when it happens is very important. There's an analogy that I forgot to put out there. I'll be forgetting, but it's okay. It's okay. I think my mind is still sharp enough, right? Watch this. So about the universe being a teacher, right? Sometimes you have to hit the ground hard enough, right, for you to go all the way up. What do I mean by that? Think about a tennis ball, yeah? You bounce it lightly and it just comes back up a little bit. But you realize the harder you throw it down, it goes up even higher than before. And then if you throw it as hard as you possibly can, it's nearly touching the clouds. So the point that I'm making is, sometimes you have to nearly lose everything to gain even more than what you had before. Now that is the universe being a teacher. All about perspective. Yeah? Thanks for watching. I'll see you around. whenever I'm around.